Hello, welcome to my channel. We're going to do basic sleeve today, pattern, and all you need is a tape measure, a pen, and a ruler, and of course a pattern paper. You need to put that on a fold, and the starting point will be at the fold. So we need to know the sleeve length. The sleeve length I'm working with is 9. Just mark it all through to the end of the paper. And join the points together with the ruler. And then you measure the biceps. The biceps is your bust line divided by 12. The bust line I'm working with is 42 divided by 12, which is 3.5 inches. So I added half an inch to give us 4 inches. So the half an inch will be for seam allowance, where I will join to the shoulder. Okay, join it together. And then you need the armhole. The armhole measurement I'm working with is 9. So I'm using 9, which is armhole circumference is 18. I divided by 2, so I got 9, and I added 1 inch to it for seam allowance. And then I added another extra inch down below for folding the sleeve upward. You could add as many inches you want, but I'm using 1 inch today. After which you could connect that if you don't want. You don't need to, because we're going to cut that bit off anyway. That's the armhole measurement plus 1 inch. That's where it stops. That's armhole 18 divided by 2 is equals to 9. So plus 1 inch, that's 10. So from that angle there, the apex there of the fold, down to the 9 inch, not to the seam allowance, extra 1 inch. Just make a slopey line and find the midpoint of that line. And then measure 0.5 or 0.7 upwards, outward. That will give us the measurement for the back sleeve. So use your curve ruler, curve out your back sleeve shape. And you do the front sleeve as well. The sleeve one needs to go in a bit down like that, because it gives a bit of fitting in the front, or else the front will be a bit saggy. So I'm just finishing it up so you can see clearly. That's the front sleeve, and that's the back sleeve. So what we need to do, so you're going to pull it down to that extra 1 inch seam allowance. So the next thing we need to do is to measure the circumference of your sleeve, how tight you want it on your arm. And I'm using 15 divided by 2 is 7.5 plus 1 inch. And then you connect it to the armhole, where you have the seam allowance extra 1 inch, and then to the exact armhole measurement of 9 inches. And there's one thing I normally do when I want to fold my sleeve. I don't cut it down as I measured it, like, drawn it out like that. I normally put a right angle triangle, so that when I fold it up, it levels up to the slope of the sleeve, so my material is not like short. You see what I mean at the end of it after cutting. So we're going to cut it out now. That's the back sleeve. You have to always cut the back sleeve first because you're going to use this to cut the second sleeve pattern. But sometimes you can cut the two at the same time, which is good, but always cut the back sleeve first, because if you cut the front sleeve shape first, then you won't get your back sleeve because you've already chopped it off. And then I cut it down. And that way, you see what I mean later when we open it. I'll show you why that right angle triangle is important. And then you let's clear up the mats. Clear up the cutting mat first so you can see clearly. Okay. Then you open up the sleeve so you can cut out the front sleeve now. If you're cutting two patterns together, you open it up together like that. That's two sleeves because you need two of that. And that's it, really. That's the front one. You can notch it so you know the difference when you're putting it, attaching it to the shoulder. So you see what I mean now? Can you see the edges? You see they're actually aligning. They both align together. You see? That is it. Thanks for watching.